So one of the things that I heard very clearly when I came into the role was that our relationship from a standards perspective with New Zealand wasn't where it should be. So due to sort of a number of different factors, different funding models, and sort of some, I won't call it disagreements, but probably different points of view on things, the two bodies have probably drifted over the last 10 or so years. And what that's meant is historically we used to develop standards that were joint. So sort of an AS is an Australian standard, an NZ is a New Zealand standard. We had a very, very large number of what we called ASNZ joint standards. And look, given the closeness of the countries, given the closeness of the economies, given sort of the focus on sort of like closer economic relations, single economic model, market, it makes a lot of sense that those standards were joint. When those sort of differences of opinion arose, both bodies sort of went their own way and started either de-joining or developing their own standards. And that caused a lot of issues for people who operate cross-Tasman. Yeah. And so one of the things that we have just done, which is actually a really, really great piece of news, is we've signed a heads of agreement with Standard New Zealand where we will be looking to make sure we work more closely together.
And you've launched that, you've said that publicly before.
Yep, that's publicly came out. I was over there.
It's not news here first then.
News here first, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, it could be. Next time I have breaking news, you can have me back on.
We'll have you back. New news.
Over there a couple of weeks ago now, and we had some really good conversations with them, and we've agreed to rejoin a number of the most critical standards. So those ASNZs will come back together to be ASNZ standards. We also have agreed to make sure that we are working together with joint representation on committees around the really important new standards for development as well. And then we've also agreed at sort of like a high level principle to sort of work more closely in the region around sort of like Pacific neighbours and partners as well. Excuse me. When we were over there, I was really lucky that I caught up with Minister Simpson, who's the Minister for Business and Industry over there. And he very, very much stressed to us the importance of the closeness of the relationship between not only the Australian and New Zealand economies, but the Australian and New Zealand standard boards as well. So I think there's a very strong commitment on both sides of the Tasman that we do come back closer together. This was actually announced in the Prime Minister's press conference when Prime Minister Albanese was over there probably 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, good.
They announced this heads of agreement. So it's very, very much sort of like at the upper levels of government around the importance of the standard bodies working together across Australia and New Zealand and making sure that we are very closely tied from an economic perspective as well.